Ever felt the moment someone seems to know exactly what you want, you suddenly feel powerless? That's no accident. Desire revealed is power surrendered. The instant you show your craving, you hand others the roadmap to influence you. They know where to press, when to hold back, and how to create leverage. The Stoics warned centuries ago, longing for what lies outside your control is the root of suffering. Yet society often praises openness, calling it bravery. The truth? Confessing too soon makes you predictable, and predictability is vulnerability. Here's the paradox. Wanting something is not weakness. Weakness comes when desire becomes visible, spilling out as hunger for the world to see. Those who contain it, who channel it inward with discipline, become untouchable. True freedom is not in announcing what you want. It is in refusing to let your wants own you. Think about it. Walk into a negotiation and say, "I'll do anything for this job." Instantly, you reveal where you can be pushed. Whisper to someone, "You mean everything to me." And suddenly, their silence or reaction carries power over your emotions. Epictetus reminded us, freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control. Marcus Aurelius observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Understand this, and you will find strength." Desire revealed feels natural. Society calls it vulnerability, even bravery. But exposing your hunger too soon often leads to disappointment, manipulation, and lost leverage. Real strength lies in self-mastery, keeping your desires close, letting them fuel your actions, and letting your results, not your confessions, command respect. And here's where it gets deeper. In this journey, we are about to uncover 7 hidden Stoic points, 7 timeless lessons that show us why containment is strength, why silence creates leverage, and why self-mastery makes you untouchable. These 7 truths, once understood, can completely transform how you approach relationships, negotiations, and even your inner life. Ask yourself, are you acting from need or from purpose? Are you giving away your power or preserving it? Contain your desires. Direct them with discipline. Step into a type of strength that cannot be shaken, controlled, or exploited. If this resonated, like this video, share it with someone who needs it. Comment your thoughts below, and stay tuned because the 7 hidden Stoic points are about to be revealed. And don't forget to subscribe for more lessons in clarity, strength, and Stoic philosophy. Commit to walking a path of self-mastery, resilience, and untouchable freedom. Number 1. Desire revealed is power surrendered. Have you ever felt that sudden shift the moment someone knows exactly what you want? That subtle feeling of exposure, that twinge of powerlessness? It's no accident. Desire revealed is power surrendered. The instant you show your hunger, you hand others the blueprint to influence you. What should have been your private drive becomes someone else's tool. They know where to press, how to delay, and what to dangle. Vulnerability might feel authentic, and bravery may seem noble, but predictability is far more dangerous. The very ambitions that should fuel your momentum become strings for others to pull. The Stoics warned us centuries ago. Epictetus said, "Freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control." Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Understand this, and you will find strength. Seneca wrote, "He who is a slave to his desires is more wretched than he who bears the yoke of another." Desire itself is natural. It drives ambition, creativity, and growth. The problem arises when it is openly displayed, allowing external forces to govern your decisions and emotions. Think about it. Imagine walking into a negotiation and blurting, "I'll do anything for this deal." You've just revealed your desperation. They now know your boundaries, flexibility, and limits. Or picture whispering to someone, "I cannot live without you." Suddenly, Their silence carries more weight than their words ever could. Your emotions are no longer fully yours. They become tools others can manipulate. Even without malice, exposure makes you reactive instead of proactive. Desire held in silence is potential energy. Desire broadcasted becomes leverage. Contain it, guard it, channel it inward. Let it fuel action, not dependence. Aristotle taught, the more you know yourself, the more clarity there is. Self-knowledge has no end. By understanding your desires and keeping them discreet, you strengthen your autonomy. You become untouchable. Openness without discretion is compulsion. Every revealed longing invites testing, at work, in relationships, among friends. Those who master desire remain calm, focused, unshakable. Their hunger drives them silently. The world may tempt you to expose your wants, but true freedom lies in containment. Let results, not confessions, demonstrate your strength. Hold your cravings like fire behind glass, bright, potent, untouchable. Consider the paradox. Desire itself is not weakness. To want is human. To long for achievement, connection, or growth is natural. The weakness lies in how desire is expressed. The Stoics never asked us to kill our desires. They asked us to discipline them. Carl Jung noted, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Desire unrestrained directs you. Desire contained empowers you. Patterns repeat daily. A worker pleads for recognition only to remain undervalued. A friend broadcasts neediness and is tested. A lover confesses devotion too quickly, and certainty kills mystery. Desire revealed becomes leverage for others. Desire contained is freedom for yourself. This is mastery. This is self-discipline. Pause and reflect. Are you acting from need or from purpose? Are you giving away your power or preserving it? Each time a strong longing arises, ask, should I speak it aloud or hold it close? Channel it inward. Let discipline shape it. Let it fuel quiet, precise action. Desire contained is not denial, it is power. It transforms internal energy into strategic, unstoppable momentum. Remember the rhythm of your communication. Short, sharp sentences. Desire revealed is dangerous. Desire contained is power. Longer, flowing sentences allow reflection, letting private ambitions grow silently, ready to be unleashed with precision. Repetition embeds the lesson. Desire revealed invites manipulation. Desire contained ensures freedom. Apply this principle across work, relationships, and personal goals. Think back. When have you surrendered power by speaking too soon? How would your actions have shifted if you'd preserved your desires? Recognize this, and you gain a roadmap to reclaim control. Strength lies not in shouting what you want, but in controlling it, containing it, and acting with discipline. Silence can be a form of mastery. Not every thought, not every hunger, not every ambition must be broadcast. Hold your inner fire close. Let it drive action, fuel growth, and remain untouchable. If this resonates, take action. Reflect on where your desires have been prematurely revealed. Consciously choose containment. Like this video if it inspired clarity. Share it with someone who needs the reminder. Comment your thoughts and subscribe for more insights on Stoic wisdom, self-mastery, and disciplined freedom. Commit today to walking the path of restrained desire, untouchable focus, and absolute inner power. Number 2. Showing desire. Too soon makes you predictable. Have you ever noticed how quickly your openness can become your weakness? The moment you reveal exactly what you want, the world learns your blueprint. What was once private drive now becomes a map for others to influence you. Showing desire too soon doesn't make you authentic. It makes you predictable. The Stoics warned us centuries ago about this subtle trap. Epictetus said, Freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Understand this, and you will find strength. Desire itself is natural. It fuels ambition, creativity, and growth, but exposing it carelessly allows others to manipulate your actions and emotions. Consider everyday life. Imagine declaring, "I'll do anything for this opportunity." You've just outlined your flexibility, desperation, and limits. Or whispering, "I cannot live without you," giving your emotions away. Suddenly, every silence, every gesture becomes leverage in the hands of someone else. Predictability invites pressure. Discretion preserves freedom. Desire held in silence is potential energy. Desire revealed becomes strings for others to pull. Seneca taught, "He who is a slave to his desires is more wretched than he who bears the yoke of another." Discipline your longing. Guard it. Channel it inward. Transform your private hunger into focused action, not dependence. Openness without discretion is compulsion. The more you broadcast, the more others can test you, at work, in relationships, among friends. Those who master desire remain calm, unshakable, and in control. Aristotle once said, "The more you know yourself, the more clarity there is." Self-knowledge allows you to guard what matters, avoiding unnecessary exposure. Pause and reflect. Will revealing this desire make you freer or weaker? Let your results, not confessions, demonstrate your strength. Hold your cravings like fire behind glass, bright, potent, untouchable. Desire is not weakness, predictability is. Contain your ambitions and you preserve autonomy, clarity, and power. If this resonates, take action. Reflect on moments you revealed too soon. Practice containment, focus your energy, and channel desire into disciplined action. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder. Comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, self-mastery, and clarity. Master your desires, remain untouchable, and let predictability never define you. Number 3. Desire. Itself is not weakness, revealing it is. Desire is human. To want, to long, to reach for growth, connection, or achievement. These are natural impulses. They are not weaknesses. In fact, desire fuels our creativity, ambition, and motivation. It's the inner fire that drives us to build, improve, and evolve. The Stoics never asked us to eradicate desire. They asked us to master it, to understand it, and to control its expression. What becomes dangerous is not the presence of desire itself, but the act of revealing it prematurely. Think about it. Every time you openly declare your wants, whether in work, relationships, or personal ambitions, you hand the world a map of your inner landscape. What was once private drive becomes external leverage. Others can push, delay, manipulate, or exploit it. Vulnerability might feel authentic. Bravery might seem noble, but predictability is dangerous. When your desires are exposed, they no longer belong solely to you. They become tools that others can pull, steering your reactions instead of allowing you to act freely. Epictetus once said, "Freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control." Desire, when disciplined and contained, falls within your control. Revealing it carelessly hands away that freedom. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Understand this, and you will find strength. By holding desire inward, you transform it from vulnerability into unshakable power. Imagine a negotiation. You confess, "I must have this contract no matter what." You have just outlined your flexibility, limits, and desperation. Or imagine whispering to someone, "I cannot live without you." Suddenly, their silence, their slightest reaction, holds more weight than your own reason. Your internal devotion becomes external leverage. Even without malice, the exposure makes you reactive rather than proactive. Desire revealed becomes power surrendered. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Seneca wrote, "He who is a slave to his desires is more wretched than he who bears the yoke of another." The key is not to remove desire, but to contain it, discipline it, and channel it inward. Desire becomes a controlled flame, illuminating your path, fueling action, and remaining untouchable to outside forces. Openness without discretion is compulsion. Those who reveal their wants too soon often find themselves tested, manipulated, or disappointed. At work, a colleague might exploit your eagerness. In relationships, a partner might unconsciously control your emotional state. Among friends, your neediness can shift dynamics, creating dependence rather than mutual respect. Mastery lies in discretion, not denial. Containment preserves autonomy, focus, and clarity. Aristotle noted, "The more you know yourself, the more clarity there is." Self-knowledge has no end. Understanding your desires, observing them, and restraining their external display strengthens your inner power. You become untouchable, calm, and composed. Predictable people are easily influenced. Disciplined people control their own lives. Reflect when your longing rises. Pause. Will revealing this desire make you freer or weaker? Let results, not confessions, demonstrate your strength. Hold your cravings like fire behind glass, potent, contained, and untouchable. Transform your natural longing into disciplined action. Desire itself is not weakness. Revealing it is. The contrast is clear. One person broadcasts their hunger and becomes manipulable. Other channels it inward, building precision, resilience, and influence. Desire is energy. Containment converts it into strategy. Release it prematurely, and it becomes a lever in others' hands. Guard it, and it becomes a tool for self-mastery and achievement. Think of every time you lost control because of expressed wants. Could you have approached differently by holding back, observing, and acting with calm intention? That reflection is your roadmap. Desire contained is not denial. It is mastery. It allows internal energy to fuel action rather than dependency. Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and even Carl Jung emphasize the value of understanding and controlling one's impulses. Desire erupts naturally, but the disciplined mind channels it. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Revealing desire without awareness hands that direction to the world. Containing it keeps fate within your control. So, the next time you feel the urge to confess a longing, pause. Ask yourself, will speaking this increase my freedom or diminish it? True strength lies not in declaring what you want, but in mastering how it is expressed. Channel desire inward. Transform hunger into fuel. Remain composed, disciplined, and untouchable. Desire itself is not weakness. Revealing it is. If this resonates, take action. Reflect on where your desires have been exposed too early and practice containment. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this insight. Comment your thoughts and subscribe for more guidance in clarity, self-mastery, and Stoic philosophy. Walk the path of disciplined desire, untouchable focus, and ultimate freedom. Number 4. Self-mastery makes you untouchable. True power does not come from wealth, status, or even intellect. It comes from mastery, self-mastery. To govern your thoughts, control your impulses, and act with discipline is to become untouchable. The Stoics taught that the outer world is unpredictable, often unfair, and beyond our control. What we can control, however, is our own mind. And the person who masters their mind is free from manipulation, chaos, and distraction. Imagine walking through life with a calm that nothing can disturb. A colleague insults you, a friend disappoints you, circumstances go against you, but inside, you remain steady. That steadiness is not luck. It is self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength when your thoughts, emotions, and desires are disciplined. External forces lose their ability to unsettle you. You become untouchable, not because you are invincible, but because you are anchored within yourself. Self-mastery is built through practice. It starts with awareness, recognizing where you react impulsively, where desires control your actions, and where external opinions sway your decisions. Epictetus reminded us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom is inseparable from control over one's own mind and actions. Without self-mastery, even the smallest challenge can topple your peace. Yet with it, even great adversity becomes manageable. Think about desire. As we discussed before, desire itself is not weakness, but revealing it carelessly is. Self-mastery ensures that desire fuels action rather than dependence. It allows you to channel energy inward, turning hunger into strategy, passion into focus, and ambition into achievement. The untouchable person doesn't broadcast their wants. They act with precision and intention. Emotional regulation is another pillar. When anger, fear, or disappointment arises, the mastered mind observes, not reacts. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." True bravery is in holding composure, even when provoked. Imagine someone insults you publicly. Most people lash out or shrink under judgment. The self-mastered person remains calm, responding only when aligned with reason. Their equanimity becomes their armor, making external attempts to unsettle them ineffective. Self-mastery also brings clarity in decision-making. The world offers countless distractions, temptations, manipulations, and social pressures. Those without discipline are swayed easily. Those with mastery evaluate, choose, and act intentionally. They do not react to every impulse or emotion. Aristotle emphasized, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." By mastering your mind, you know your limits, your desires, and your true priorities. You act from reason, not reaction. Practice builds mastery. Start small, pause before reacting, observe your impulses, and make deliberate choices. Reflect daily on your successes and failures in controlling your emotions, desires, and attention. Like a warrior sharpening his blade, self-mastery is honed through consistent effort, not occasional discipline. It is the training that transforms ordinary people into unshakable beings. Consider relationships. A person who is mastered does not beg for approval, seek validation, or rely on others to dictate their mood. They interact from a place of strength and calm. They become magnetic, commanding respect without demanding it. Untouchable, not because they dominate others, but because they are grounded in themselves. Likewise, in career or negotiation, self-mastery prevents exploitation. A mastered mind does not reveal desperation, panic, or impatience. It acts strategically, preserves focus, and channels energy toward goals rather than distractions. The untouchable person controls the levers within themselves. Pause and reflect. Where in your life have you surrendered control? Through anger, fear, desire, or impatience? Each moment of discipline strengthens your armor. Each lapse hands power to the world. Self-mastery makes you untouchable. It transforms inner discipline into freedom, calm, and resilience. If this resonates, take action. Reflect on where you can practice restraint, deliberate action, and emotional regulation today. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to reclaim their inner power, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more insights in Stoic wisdom, clarity, and self-mastery. Commit to building your untouchable mind, because true strength begins from within. Number 5. Practical consequences in relationships and negotiations. Every word we speak, every longing we reveal, and every reaction we display carries consequences. In relationships and negotiations, these consequences are immediate, tangible, and often underestimated. Stoic philosophy teaches that self-mastery and discretion are not abstract ideals. They have practical effects that determine success, influence, and emotional freedom. When we act without control or reveal desires prematurely, we inadvertently hand leverage to others. Consider relationships first. Imagine telling a friend or partner, "I cannot live without you," or "I need you to validate me constantly." On the surface, this may feel vulnerable, open, and authentic. However, in practice, it creates dependence. The moment your neediness or desire is visible, the dynamic shifts. The other person gains subtle control over your emotions. Silence, indifference, or delayed responses now carry power over you. Stoics like Epictetus emphasize that freedom comes from controlling what is within your power, your mind, your responses, not from controlling others. When we expose our deepest wants and insecurities too soon, we relinquish that power, and the relationship can subtly tilt against us. Negotiations follow a similar principle. Imagine walking into a business discussion and declaring, "I will accept any terms to close this deal." Even without malice, the other party now knows your desperation. They can delay, manipulate, or test your flexibility. By revealing your desires or limitations prematurely, you have handed them the blueprint to influence your decisions. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Awareness and restraint ensure that your leverage remains with you, guiding outcomes instead of letting circumstances dictate them. Practical consequences manifest in everyday interactions. At work, expressing urgency or neediness too soon may result in subtle exploitation, delayed recognition, or minimal acknowledgement. In friendships, oversharing vulnerabilities without trust can create imbalanced dynamics where one person unconsciously controls the emotional flow. In romantic relationships, eagerness without patience can diminish value and remove mystery, shifting attraction into predictability. The Stoics recognized these patterns centuries ago. Seneca wrote, "He who is a slave to his desires is more wretched than he who bears the yoke of another." Unchecked desire, when expressed carelessly, transforms into a form of slavery. Slavery to other people's reactions, timing, and influence. Mastery of self is the antidote. By cultivating discretion, we ensure that our actions and words are intentional. Desire becomes fuel for action, not a lever for others to exploit. Silence is a tool, composure is armor, and patience is power. The practical consequences of these virtues are clear. In relationships, you maintain dignity, respect, and autonomy. In negotiations, you preserve leverage, confidence, and strategic advantage. Aristotle's words resonate here. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Understanding when to reveal and when to hold back transforms interactions from reactive chaos into controlled influence. Reflection is key. Ask yourself, am I revealing my wants too quickly? Am I responding from impulse or purpose? In each scenario, evaluate the potential consequences. Channel desire into disciplined action rather than broadcast it. The untouchable person remains calm, measured, and effective, regardless of external pressures. The rhythm of your communication is essential. Short, precise statements convey authority and clarity. Reserved words and measured disclosures prevent others from gaining unintended leverage. Contrast this with impulsive reactions, emotional, revealing, or excessive, which often invite manipulation or testing. Repetition and consistency reinforce your inner boundaries. By consistently acting with discretion, you signal stability and reliability, both in personal relationships and professional negotiations. Pause, reflect, and act. The practical consequences of revealing desires prematurely can affect your influence, autonomy, and emotional freedom. The Stoics provide the framework. Contain your cravings, channel your energy inward, and let deliberate action demonstrate your strength. Freedom, respect, and strategic advantage are the rewards. If this resonates, take action today. Reflect on where your desires or needs have been exposed too soon and consciously practice restraint moving forward. Like this video, share it with someone navigating relationships or negotiations. Comment your insights and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, clarity, and self-mastery. Discipline your desires, protect your mind, and navigate the world untouchable. Number 6. Stoic wisdom emphasizes internal control. In a world overflowing with noise, distractions, and external pressures, the ability to control your internal state is the cornerstone of freedom, resilience, and clarity. Stoic philosophy, practiced by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, emphasizes that our power lies not in manipulating external events, but in mastering our responses to them. External circumstances are unpredictable, often unfair, and frequently beyond our influence. The only realm where true power exists is within the mind, the soul, and the discipline to govern them. Consider daily life, traffic jams, workplace stress, personal conflicts, or sudden disappointments. Most people react impulsively, allowing these external factors to dictate mood, decisions, and behavior. Anger flares, anxiety rises, patience fades. The Stoics warn against this surrender. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Internal control is not denial of reality, but an intentional response to it. By focusing on what you can command, your thoughts, interpretations, and actions, you become unshakable. Internal control begins with self-awareness. Observe your thoughts as they arise. Notice impulses, desires, fears, and judgments without immediately acting on them. Epictetus reminded us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Reflection before reaction is the foundation of internal mastery. By pausing, evaluating, and responding intentionally, you maintain authority over your own mind. Every moment becomes an opportunity to choose calm, rational action over chaos, to act from principle rather than emotion. The practical consequences of internal control ripple across every aspect of life. In relationships, you respond thoughtfully rather than react out of insecurity or neediness. Your composure fosters respect, trust, and stability. In negotiations, you maintain strategic advantage by remaining calm, detached, and focused on what you can influence, rather than being swayed by pressure tactics or manipulative cues. At work, emotional discipline allows you to navigate challenges effectively without being derailed by criticism or unexpected changes. Your mind becomes your sanctuary, your internal fortress against external storms. Internal control also transforms perception. Stoics highlight that suffering often stems not from events themselves, but from our judgments about them. Seneca observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." By mastering your thoughts, you determine whether an event is a setback or a lesson, an insult or an opportunity for patience. Discipline in thought creates freedom in action. You act from clarity rather than compulsion, from purpose rather than reaction. The practice of internal control is continuous. Morning reflection, journalism, meditation, and deliberate pauses throughout the day reinforce this discipline. Each choice to respond calmly strengthens the mind's resilience. Each moment of measured restraint increases autonomy, transforming desire, frustration, and fear into fuel for intentional action. Internal mastery does not mean the absence of emotions. It means choosing which emotions to cultivate and which to temper. Desire, anger, and fear can exist within you, but they no longer control you. Imagine walking into a challenging situation, a disagreement, a high-stakes negotiation, or a personal conflict. Those without internal control react impulsively, giving away power with every visible reaction. Those who have cultivated the Stoic mindset remain calm, deliberate, and unshakable. Their clarity influences outcomes. Their presence commands respect. Their inner state remains untouchable. Repetition embeds this lesson. External events are beyond your control. Your mind is not. Contain reactions, cultivate awareness, and exercise discernment in every decision. Let internal control guide speech, action, and judgment. The freedom and power you seek exist not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Reflect. Are you letting external events dictate your emotions? Are you surrendering influence over your own life by reacting impulsively? Begin today to cultivate internal control. Pause before responding. Evaluate before acting. Strengthen your mind as your most valuable asset. If this resonates, take action. Like this video, share it with someone striving for clarity and discipline, comment your insights, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, practical guidance, and strategies for self-mastery. Internal control is the gateway to resilience, freedom, and a life governed by wisdom rather than circumstance. Step into it daily, consciously, and unwavering. Number 7. Strength comes from containment, not confession. Have you ever noticed how quickly revealing what you want can shift the balance of power in your life? That eager confession, whether in relationships, at work, or among friends, often feels natural, almost honest. Yet the Stoics remind us that strength is not found in outward declaration, but in inward containment. The moment you expose your desires, you hand someone else a tool to influence, manipulate, or control your actions. Imagine this. You walk into a negotiation and immediately declare, "I need this deal more than anything." Instantly, your counterpart knows where to apply pressure, where to exploit flexibility, and how to test your limits. Or consider a personal relationship. Confessing, "I cannot live without you," might feel romantic, vulnerable, or sincere. Yet that declaration provides subtle leverage to the other person. Your emotions are no longer yours. They can shape, delay, or deny your contentment. Strength, Stoics argue, lies in keeping such desires contained. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength is internal, rooted in discipline, self-mastery, and the conscious decision to channel desire inward rather than scatter it. Confession is immediate, but containment is strategic. Confession surrenders potential power. Containment transforms it into fuel. It is an unseen energy that drives focus, resilience, and precise action without dependence on external validation. Epictetus emphasized, "Freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control." Revealing longing or craving is effectively giving others control over your mental state. When desires remain contained, they become disciplined motivation. When exposed, they can become chains of manipulation. The Stoics never taught that desire is wrong or that ambition must be eliminated. Rather, they emphasized mastery of expression, careful discernment about what to reveal, and the conscious choice to let results demonstrate strength instead of words. Consider daily life. At work, prematurely expressing ambition may invite jealousy, exploitation, or manipulation. In friendships, sharing needs too openly may create expectations or emotional dependency. In romantic relationships, declaring devotion too soon can shift power dynamics, diminish mystery, and create a sense of emotional leverage. In every scenario, containment preserves autonomy, clarity, and influence. The practiced Stoic remains untouchable, steady, and intentional. Self-mastery requires a practice of reflection, patience, and restraint. Morning journalism, meditation, or even a moment of pause before responding reinforces containment. When an urge arises to declare desire, pause and ask, will speaking this make me stronger, or will it hand someone else leverage over my emotions? In almost every case, the answer guides action toward containment. Words, once spoken, cannot be retracted. The inner discipline that holds desire fuels long-term freedom. Repetition strengthens this principle. Strength comes from containment, not confession. Desire revealed invites influence. Desire contained preserves autonomy. Confession offers temporary relief, often mistaken for authenticity or courage. Containment fosters real mastery, allowing the mind to act intentionally, tethered by external forces. It is a quiet, invisible power, but one that manifests profoundly in outcomes, respect, and personal freedom. Consider Aristotle's wisdom. The more you know yourself, the more clarity there is. Self-knowledge has no end. Containing desire is a form of self-knowledge. It teaches timing, discipline, and patience. Confessing too soon is often a form of surrender. Containing strengthens resolve and cultivates unshakable confidence. The rhythm of internal containment contrasts sharply with impulsive confession. Controlled, silent desire fuels deliberate, effective action. Expressed desire often sparks reactive, unplanned consequences. By holding ambitions, you turn potential vulnerability into a strategic advantage. Every action becomes purposeful. Every decision informed, every outcome aligned with your internal strength rather than external pressures. Pause and reflect. Where have you revealed desire too early? Where has confession diluted your power or created subtle dependency? What might you have achieved by holding ambition internally, acting with measured precision? These questions, Stoics argue, are the pathway to self-mastery. Finally, like this video if this resonates. Share it with someone who needs to reclaim their strength. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more insights into Stoic philosophy, self-discipline, and the art of becoming untouchable. Strength is cultivated in silence. Master containment, and the world cannot manipulate you. Hold your desires close. Let your actions speak. Let your mind remain sovereign. Conclusion. If you've stayed with this video until the very last second, congratulations. You've taken the first step toward reclaiming your inner power. What you've learned is simple, yet profound. Desire itself is natural, but revealing it too soon hands someone else control over your mind, emotions, and actions. The moment you broadcast what you crave, your private flame becomes someone else's lever. But when contained, that same desire fuels clarity, discipline, and unstoppable focus. The Stoics taught us centuries ago that true freedom is internal. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength, Epictetus reminded us. Freedom is achieved by focusing only on what is within our control. By practicing containment, by holding your desires close and acting with intention, You reclaim your mind, sharpen your focus, and cultivate resilience. Silence is not weakness. It is mastery. Think of your own life. Where have you surrendered power by speaking too soon? Where have desires, hopes, or ambitions been exploited because they were exposed? Imagine the difference if you had acted with patience, let results speak, and held your cravings as private fuel. That discipline is what transforms ordinary effort into untouchable power. Now, take action. Reflect on moments where your desires were revealed prematurely. Ask yourself, will exposing this give me freedom, or surrender it? Choose containment. Channel that energy inward. Let it ignite disciplined action. Let it sharpen your focus. And if you've truly watched this video to the end, I want to hear from you. Comment below your thoughts, insights, or the ways you plan to practice Stoic containment in your life. Like this video if it resonated, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe for more actionable Stoic wisdom. Remember, strength is found not in confession, but in mastery. Contain your desires, act with intention, and cultivate an inner freedom that no one can touch. Your mind, disciplined and deliberate, is your most powerful weapon.